Metal Man here. This is my second video on modifying butterfly knives. In this particular piece, what I'm going to do is show you how to make your butterfly knife easier to close up in the locked position. A lot of butterfly knives are too stiff. First of all, this only works with channel style butterfly knives. Here's an Archangel. It's channel construction. It's got solid metal sides here, and on the inside there's just a channel that's been milled out. This is a 29 knives butterfly. Same thing again. Solid handles with a channel that's milled out. This is a Warren Thomas custom. It will not work on this knife because the two pins engage sandwich type handles. So what I'm going to show you will not work on this type of knife, so I'm going to put it away. Back to these two. I'm going to use the 29 knife as an example. Certain 29 knives, also knives by Balisong, the old ones, and possibly some other ones. The handles are really tight when you try to close them. And the problem is the latch here does not easily engage. You really have to squeeze the handles down to get the latch in. There. The problem with this, if you have insert handles like this, whether it's G10 ivory or whatever, over time, leaving it locked up, the stresses involved can release the adhesive on the handles, causing them to come off or possibly crack certain materials. And you don't want that. So most folks don't even leave them locked, they just leave them unlocked. However, I'm going to show you an easy way to take care of this without special tools if you EDC one of these knives and would like it to lock up easily in the closed position. First of all, I'm going to go over what's needed. First of all, of course, you need your knife. You need some tape. Masking tape or painter's tape will work. You'll need a good sharpening stone, and in this case I use a diamond hone, and this particular one is made by Easy Lap. I don't like the kind with holes in them, such as this, because you're just using a small amount of the diamond surface, and this is far less, it's more time consuming and it's just not as smooth somehow. So I don't like this style, so enough said about that. Oh yes, one more thing. You're going to need a business card. Anybody's business card will do. Here's how I do it. Okay, now I have tape on my blade. The idea is just to protect the edge in case the knife slips off the stone. And here's how I actually do the work. I've got my diamond hone here. I put another piece underneath it just to raise it up. In this particular knife, I need to raise the stone about an inch off the table. You'd have to just, whatever knife you've got, you'd have to shoot that by eye and just kind of determine what kind of angle you need so you don't rub against the blade. Now, here's the reasons for the tape. The technique for doing this is simply to put the kick on the stone right there, rest that part of the blade. The rest of the knife is flat on the table, and the technique is to just simply go back and forth against the stone with the knife. The problem is this is going to take about 45 minutes to an hour, and you're going to get careless at some point and the knife's going to go, oh, boom, it's going to fall off the stone and it's going to contact the edge. Well, that's what the tape is for, so that if you do a little boo-boo, the knife edge hits the stone, you don't nick your edge or dull it. So there's the reason for the tape. So anyway, after you've gone back and forth on this and you've observed that a lot of material's been taking off, here's how to check it. First of all, you can just check to see if the lock is approximating what you want, whether or not to take off more. But also there's something else important. Remember the business card? It's a simple little device. You just fold it, put it on your edge like that, close the bite handle down with some force on the blade, and you want to make sure that this business card slides back and forth and has a little bit of play. because that lets you know that the edge is not contacting the inside of the knife. If the edge contacts the inside of the knife, you've taken off too much material, and the knife may not lock up properly and stay locked, and then the blade could rattle around and things. So just do a little test, very little amounts of metal taken off, and constantly check it with a business card to see how you've done. Now in this case, the knife is already complete. So what I'm going to do is just take off the tape. I don't need that anymore. Throw that stuff away. Now, here we go. There we go. Same way to unlock it. You should be able to squeeze your handle and just let it release. Now, the knife still has enough pressure on it to where this latch stays put. So if you push it off with your thumb, you can hear it snap. But it doesn't have as much pressure as it used to. Again, this is the way I like them. I like to squeeze them shut with one hand and let the latch fall in. If you look down the knife, the sides of the handles are not curving in because of undue pressure. So, something to experiment with. If you don't want to experiment with an expensive custom, experiment with an import knife or something, and you'll find that this is a lot easier on your hands, not having to bear down that much. And it's just a matter of preference. Do it or not, and good luck.